Hey guys, it's Judy, and here I am continuing with my project life for December. And this is actually one of those extra inserts. I believe it's design G, and I chose this because I had vertical oriented photos. You see, what I love about the design G is that you can have vertical as well as horizontal. So the right two pockets are all in the vertical, or should I say, portrait orientation. So I am continuing. I looked through, I think, LE Studio and all my October afternoon supplies from the December Daily kit, and I found that wish list card. And I forgot that that middle pocket is a 4x6. So I just mounted it on some like white cardstock. And that is from the Santa is from the Doodlebug collection. And I just rearranged some of my photos to make it fit. And here I am matting it on a 4x6 as well. And with photos, I like to look to see, where they're facing or how it looks, what goes on top, what goes on bottom, just how much space I have, and just what looks better. So those were some of the cut-ups from October afternoon, and I ended up also using some of those labels from October afternoon, and one of them got stuck to my photo. Doesn't that happen? So I covered it up with another journaling spot sticker. And so I am using those mini market stickers in red to spell out the word December, and I'm just putting the date, and it was the 3rd, and those are snap letters, which I love. I love the size of them. And so, what next? I'm looking for more of those. Those are from LE Studio, the Be Merry. I believe they are last year's collection, so I just thought that would look nice in between the photos. And I'm looking through more of the cut-ups to see. Because whenever I see like blank spaces or anything, I want to put something there. And I decide to use a stamp. And a lot of times, I think that's Winter Wishes. It's Scrappy Moms. I love their sentiments and their fonts. So I decide I want to do that stamp. And a lot of times on my photos, I like to have some blank space just so I can embellish and put some stamps on. So think about that before, you print out your photos. You can usually kind of crop it so you have more space, or you move it over. So I'm using the Memento Luxe, which I'm loving because it's supposed to go on multimedia. So I'm doing a test run. That's a photo that I ran out of ink while printing. So that is the wedding gown color. The color is wedding gown, and I love how it stamps out on photos. So it did really well, and it dried fairly quick compared to StazOn, and I didn't find it smudged or anything. When I stamped it on, it stuck to the photo, and all I did was peel the photo off, and it came out really nice. So I'm just doing a lot of journaling. So after we went to visit, and it says, "Dear Santa, define good." And that is just Aiden at the he forgot to tell Santa what he wanted. So I reminded him, "Tell him what you want." And so as he's leaving, he's like, "I want Angry Bird Space Play-Doh," or whatever it is. And on the bottom photo, we had gone to the mall with Grandma and Grandpa. And we were at the Disney store, and of course, he kind of suckered them into getting him something. So that was his wish list. That's his number one toy. He went to the Angry Birds Space Softy Play-Doh. And those letters are from Authentique, I believe. I got it in some kind of peachy cheap or scrap base bundle where they had a bunch of alphas. And so I noticed I was missing a letter, softy. Like, yeah, I couldn't spell out play. I think I was missing an A. So I put dough, and then I just filled in with a different color Play-Doh. I'm like ripping everything off. But yeah, I just used the Snap Studio one, Snap those Simple Stories to do the play in the Play-Doh. Or journaling. And yeah, I'm just gonna put that and the date. That's I think, is it a Smash or American Crafts? Smash, like Christmas um roller date stamp that I got at Target. So I'm looking through everything, and I like to test it out first to make sure it's all even and straight when I stamp it out. It says so very nice, I think. And I just put the date, which was December 3rd. And I wrote, because every Christmas we pick a family ornament, so we chose that gingerbread one. And so I'm looking, I'm like, hey, I have flair, let me add some flair. It says naughty or nice over there, so I just decided to put it on that corner. And I'm looking for adhesive. How I usually, those are fairly flat. Sometimes they come with their own dimensional adhesive, and sometimes it's way too thick. So that I just chose a thinner adhesive because there was like a rim. I couldn't just do regular like tape runner. I think I needed a little more dimension to get it to stick. So I just right every Christmas we go visit Santa. So blah blah blah. All my journaling. And for journaling, I like to, you can see he's visiting Santa, but I like to journal like what happens or what leads up to it or our traditions, um, any emotions and how that he did well or he did bad, he was cranky, whatever, So because that's the time. I know pictures, tell a story, and pictures are worth a million words or whatever that phrase is, but it doesn't really convey emotion sometimes or what leads up to the photo. And so I just like to journal a lot because who knows who's going to read it. So I'm doing the other side as well. I have time. So this isn't really a December daily, so it's not all just Christmas stuff. I'm still including everyday stuff because it's just incorporated in my project life. So it is also my nephew, or Aiden's cousin James's birthday in December. So I had, oh, this is late. His birthday's like December 2nd, and I made the card late, so sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to include a picture of his card. And then when we came home from visiting Santa, we made a gingerbread house. And so I'm looking through the cards, all those Mombi cards, and I just can't. I have so many cards, it's hard to decide. So I do end up. I like that today in red, but then I thought the green would be nice because it kind of pulls in the green door from the gingerbread. And I picked the Lawn Fawn stamp. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make my own card. So I am gonna do my own stamped and colored gingerbread house. So I couldn't find my Memento black, so oh, there it is. I used it in cocoa, I think. Yeah, because I'm gonna color in with my Copics, and I didn't want it to smudge or anything like that. So I'm kind of trying to mimic the house that we built ourselves. So here I am just coloring. I'm sorry, I don't know the colors that I use. It's just purple, pink, and I believe green. Yes. So I like to pick the colors that I see in the photo just to kind of tie it in all together a little more. So those are the colors I have on hand. So that's what I did. And so yeah, that's like I said, Lawn Fawn stamp that has the gingerbread house and gingerbread men and women. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, it's white. I need to color it gingerbread color, like a tan. So I'm like, should I do it in Copics, or I'm looking, and I didn't want to like oversaturate the whole thing, so I end up using my Prismacolors very lightly, just kind of coloring in. I'm no perfectionist, so just kind of, and it has that vintagey look. Because if you see on that journaling card on the top left, it has that faded look, distressed look. So I just left it as that, so it kind of matched. So I'm looking through more of those cut-ups from October Afternoon and some Ellie Studio and all sorts of things, trying to see what would be appropriate to put, because there is a lot of blank space on some of those pictures. And that's the opportunity to use your tags or labels, and you notice I don't have much spots for journaling, so I love those labels just to put your journaling on the photos. And yeah, I use my scissor. I do not cut straight, so that's a first. So I take all of them out of the pockets. I hate working on the back side, because then I have to go through the front to get my photos out. So there, I love, like you saw in the other layout, when I had two photos together, to kind of put a label in between. So I just journaled that it was a card for James, and that we had basketball practice in the afternoon. So here I am, just journaling about the gingerbread house. And like 2 years ago, I had a disaster trying to build my own gingerbread house. So I wised up this year, and I bought a pre-constructed gingerbread house at Target. And all we needed to do was decorate and put the frosting. So it was a lot easier this year. And I'm so happy I decided to do that. So I just journal there. And I learned that from my second cousin last year, when he did it with my son and my nieces. So there I have it, all done, and I'm just putting them all back in there. So no, wait, actually, something's missing. I added a little badge or flare with the reindeer. It didn't really go, but I thought it was cute. The colors match. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. And